Happy little learners!
A is for an apple pie. B is for a bumble's fly. C is for a circus clown. D is for a dragon's crown. E is for an eagle's flight. F is for a fairy's ride. G is for a garden gate. H is for a happy plate. I is for an icy treat. J is for a jelly beet. K is for a kite so high. L is for a lullaby. N is for a moonlit trail. N is for a nodding snail. O is for an owl who hoots. P is for pajama boots. Q is for a queen who sings. R is for a robot's wings. S is for a starry swirl. T is for a twirling girl. U is for a unicorn. V is for a velvet horn. W is a whale's big wave. X marks treasure in a cave. I is for a yawn so wide. Z is for a zooming slide. Now you've seen the whole parade. Letters marching, music played. I've been sure no hands like that. U is for no promise light. R is for unseen delight. Kap is for the marnalai.
Happy little learners!
The wheels on the bubble bus spin and glide. Beneath the waves or sea creatures hide. With glassy walls and fins on the side, it zips through kelp on a coral tide. The fish on the bus go swish, 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 darting past a giant silver dish. Clownfish giggle, eels peek through. It's an underwater avenue. The dolphin driver clicks with cheer. Next stop's the deep sea fair is near. Octokids bounce in jelly seats, snacking on glowing seaweed treats. The lights on the roof blink soft and blue, while manta rays sail right into view. They loop through hoops and twirl around, dancing gently without a sound. The crabs tap rhythms with their claws, singing songs with seabed applause. A pufferfish DJ spins the beat, and sea stars groove with 8 tentacle feet. The wheels on the bubble bus whirl once more, heading for the sandy shore. Through bubbly reefs and tunnels wide, they ride and laugh on an ocean tide.
Happy little learners!
Jingle paws, racing through the snow. Mittens the cat and her friends in tow. Over the hills they laugh and slide, pulling their sleigh on a jolly ride. Benny the bunny with earmuffs bright hopped in front, his nose alight. Sasha the squirrel rang tiny bells while telling snowy winter tales. The sleigh was made of cookie dough with candy canes that made it go. They zoomed through pines with a happy shout, scaring the snowflakes all about. They let past moose and a sleepy bear with twinkling stars and frosty air. They sang out loud in jolly tunes that echoed up to the winter moons. Oh, jingle paws, joy from every tree, sliding fast through snowy trails as happy as can be. With whiskers cold and spirits bright, they
always had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. And this duck wore a shiny tux, E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack here and a tap tap there, here a flap, there a snap, everywhere a feather clap. Old MacDougal's cheered her show, E-I-E-I-O. She danced upon a wooden stage, E-I-E-I-O. Waddling through her tapping rage, E-I-E-I-O. With a step step here and a slide slide there, here a spin, there a grin, every move a perfect win. Old MacDougal's clapped along, E-I-E-I-O. She splashed inside a puddle beat, E-I-E-I-O. Slapping rhythm with her feet, E-I-E-I-O. With a splish splash here and a splash splap there, here a kick, there a flick, every splash a funky trick. Old MacDougal's played the tune, E-I-E-I-O. Forest critters clap and cheer, E-I-E-I-O. Every time the duck is near, E-I-E-I-O. With a yay yay here and a woo woo there, here a drum, there a hum, every show a quacking strum. Old MacDougal's gives a bow, E-I-E-I-O.
Happy little learners!
There were 10 in the bed in a treehouse so high, and the fox said scoot with a sleepy sigh. They wriggled and giggled, but space was tight, so the porcupine rolled and dropped out of sight. 9 in the bed and the bunny went boo, scared the raccoon who tumbled through. They chuckled and shifted, trying to fit, till the bear gave a snore and out he slid. 6 in the bed and the duck flapped wide, sending the badger on a slippery slide. 4 were left, snuggled up tight, till cat stretched long and took off in flight. 3 in the bed, quiet as can be, till squirrel spun around and made it just to the len. Wee fox smiled alone, but not for long. He called them back with a bedtime song. Now 10 in the bed, not a sound, not a peep, just stars above and a tangle of sleep.
Happy little learners!
Charlie looked out, and what did he see? Chocolate raindrops falling from a candy tree. The sky was as sweet as a sugar plum dream, with rivers of fudge flowing like a cream stream. Raindrops of cocoa so warm and so light danced on his umbrella in the soft moonlight. He ran through the puddles with a wide happy grin, catching the drops with his mouth and chin. Charlie looked out, and what did he see? Chocolate raindrops falling from a candy tree. The sky was as sweet as a sugar plum dream, with rivers of fudge flowing like a cream stream. Raindrops of cocoa so warm and so light danced on his umbrella in the soft moonlight. He ran through the puddles with a wide happy grin, catching the drops with his mouth and chin.
Happy little learners!
The itsy bitsy dragon woke at morning light. She stretched her wings and blinked at sky so bright. With a wiggle and a giggle, she leapt from her nest, off on an adventure. She never needed rest. She zoomed past clouds like whipped cream swirls, did flips and twirls and skybound whirls. Through cotton candy clouds she sped, while birds in hats flew overhead. She met a goose who played kazoo. They sang a tune and off she flew, past bubble trees and pancake hills. She sipped through breezes filled with thrills. She sipped from a stream of lemonade and flew through rainbows freshly made. She waved at whales that swam through air and did a loop with a flying bear. She wrote her name in starry smoke and laughed until she nearly choked. And twilight came and stars blinked on. She yawned a spark and gave a song. She snuggled on a silver cloud, wrapped in a misty nighttime shroud. The itsy bitsy dragon closed one eye and dreamed of dancing in the sky.
Happy little learners!
In a bright green glade where the daisies grew, lived clever young Nina with ideas anew. With goggles and gears and a mind so keen, she dreamed of building a flying machine. While rabbits were hopping and birds took flight, she sketched out wings through the day and night. With nuts and bolts and a wooden frame, she whispered, "Let's soar, this isn't a game." Her squirrel friend Max said, "You can't, you'll fall." But Nina just smiled, "I'll show them all." She hammered and painted, built blades that spun with a seat for two. This'll be fun. On launch day morning, the glade grew still. Critters gathered near the daffodil hill. Nina pulled levers, her paws held tight. The wings began flapping, then took flight. Up in the sky like a red-orange kite, she looped and twirled in the morning light. Max cheered aloud, she did it, she flew. The forest rang with a thundering woo. Back on the ground, she said with a grin, "You won't know you can till you try to begin." Now animals dream and sketch like a team, thanks to Nina and her flying machine.
Happy little learners!
Hats, scarves, boots and gloves, boots and gloves. Hats, scarves, boots and gloves, boots and gloves. Zip your coat and snug your hood. Hats, scarves, boots and gloves, boots and gloves. Ears, elbows, fingers, nose, fingers, nose. Ears, elbows, fingers, nose, fingers, nose. Wiggle, wriggle in the snow. Ears, elbows, fingers, nose, fingers, nose. Coats, zipper, socks and tails, socks and tails. Coats, zipper, socks and tails, socks and tails. Bundled tight through snowy trails. Coats, zipper, socks and tails, socks and tails. Twirl, stomp, glide and freeze, glide and freeze. Twirl, stomp, glide and freeze, glide and freeze. Winter fun with frosty breeze. Twirl, stomp, glide and freeze, glide and freeze.
Happy little learners!
While winds blow, three little goats lined up in a row. Gilly and Gus and their sister named Gleam all had a wild and wonderful dream. They climb past the trees, past the hawks in flight, and bounce on the clouds in the pale morning light. With giggles and grins and brave little hearts, they packed up their snacks and made silly charts. Their boots had springs and feathers inside. A map in their bag showed the sky as their guide. They leapt off the ledge with a boing and a cheer, and bounced through the clouds with no hint of fear. One cloud was cotton, another was cake. They nibbled some frosting with every bounce they'd make. They played with the sunbeams and slid down a ray, then soared through a storm cloud that rumbled, "Go play!" A flock of balloon birds waved them hello and danced with the goats in a sky-high show. They bounced on a rainbow, then looped through a breeze and landed on clouds shaped like castles and trees. They found a cloud playground so fluffy and wide, with swings made of stardust and moonbeams to slide. When twilight arrived and the skies turned deep blue, they fluffed up a cloud bed and snuggled in too. So if you look up on a cool breezy night and see goat-sized shadows bounce past in the light, just know it's Gleam with Gilly and Gus, still chasing their dream in the skies above us. Above us, stilled into.
Happy little learners!
In a tall tree, in a cozy nook, lived an owl who adored a good book. With glasses perched on her tiny beak, she'd read for hours every day of the week. She'd read about forests and skies so wide, and oceans with waves that gently glide through tales of knights and dragons bold. She traveled far and never grew old. One day a fox came walking near. He saw the owl and her book so dear. Why do you read and sit all day? Why not run and jump and play? But the owl just smiled and softly said, books take me places far ahead. I see the world with every page. The adventure never ends at any age. Cattail tree, right where the buzzing bees might be. With every song he found things fast. No more forgetting things from the past. He twirled, he flipped, he gave a cheer. I remembered everything this year.
Happy little learners!
Freddy the Frog lived near a log in a pond that was cool with the morning fog. He'd leap and splash and sing a tune, but forgot what he had for lunch by noon. I hooked, I jumped, I croaked all day, but where did I put my snack away? He searched the reeds, the lily pad, then asked a fish, have you seen my plan? Rainford got where he left his book. He searched the grass and every nook. I raked on them all, checked the rock, then found his shoes inside his sock. Miss Turtle said, let's play a game, a trick to help remember names. Just sing a song for what you do. It might just help you follow through. So Freddy sang, my shoes go here, beside the log where the pond is clear. My book goes near the cattail tree, right where buzzing bees might be. With every song he found things fast, no more forgetting things from the past. He twirled, he flipped, he gave a cheer. I remembered everything this year.
Happy little learners!
All bundled in black, dreamed of the sun on her feathery back. She lived on the ice where the cold winds would bite, but longed for a beach with coconuts in sight. She packed up a cooler with snowballs and snacks, and strapped on some goggles and seashell-themed slacks. She boarded an iceberg and floated away, chasing the warmth of a tropical day. The ocean was wavy, the journey was fun, with dolphins that danced and raced with the sun. She landed where palm trees swayed in the breeze, and penguin feet waddled through soft sandy seas. She sipped on a smoothie and wore a sun hat, made friends with a parrot who taught her to scat. She surfed on a turtle, built castles with crabs, then laughed, and she slipped on some wiggly sea slabs. When sunset arrived with its orange-pink light, Penny looked up at the stars shining bright. I love the warm sun, she smiled where she lay, but snow has a charm in its own chilly